Bro, T.
Alright, so if you're just joining us once again, Wyclef Jean on the Comcast couch. Let's talk about this now.
Yeah.
December 4th, CD is out. Carnival 2, Memoirs. What is it? Memoirs of an Immigrant is coming out.
Yes, sir. Memoirs of an Immigrant.
Now you had Carnival 1. Was that your first CD that you came out
solo
solo?
CD, right?
Yeah, that was the college cult classic.
Yeah, that was great, dude. That was good. That was Gone Till November. That, I mean, that was like all the Staying Alive song. What was that called again?
Staying Alive.
It was called Staying Alive. It sampled Staying Alive. I know that. I know what the title was. You know. But anyways, great classic album, bro. What is different? What is better? What is the same on this part 2?
I mean, really, part 2 is just a continuation of the world beat rhythms around the world. So think this 10 years later, I've been to Brazil, India, all over the world.
Right.
And now I came back to Manhattan when I was recording this. So, and then I got excited to want to work with the hip hop kids again.
Okay.
And so this album, once again, the fusion is like from Lil Wayne to Akon, Chameleonaire, but I put Chameleonaire against a Bollywood track. You know, it's really
Crazy.
insane. T.I., Nora Jones. The wild card on the album is Paul Simon.
That's a wild card, yeah.
That's the wild card. But remember when I did Carnival 1, the wild card was the Neville brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always, I also did a joint with will.i.am called Push the Button. And Mary J. Blige, we did 911 Part 2 called What About the Baby. So for me, it's like Quincy Jones back on the block. So this is like, you know what I mean? Like Clef's back on the block.
And the single right now is Sweetest Girl with, you mentioned before, Lil Wayne and Akon. Do you think fans of Lil Wayne, like how Lil Wayne is so big in hip-hop right now, do you think that he'll draw attention, him being on that track, to people who may not have heard of you before?
Yeah, big time. I mean...
And if people haven't heard of you, there's something wrong with them. But.
Yeah, but no, on the real, think about what you're saying. It's like, my daughter, she's 2. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, when the Fugees came out, and after the Fugees, the Black Eyed Peas came out, a lot of kids can't tell the difference who's Wyclef, who's will.i.am. Like, they think I'm will.i.am. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain
for sure,
to you?
yeah.
Like, they're kids, you know what I'm saying? So, then this is a new generation. So, it's sort of like the way Madonna has to keep reinventing herself.
Yeah.
It's the same.
How many times can she be a virgin, though, you know?
Which leads us to the next question. Wyclef, are you a virgin? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Something was brought to my attention. I'm a huge Selena fan. And can you talk about a tribute? Something going on with a tribute to her?
Yeah, remember on the first Carnival we did Celia Cruz.
Right.
So on this one, we did a tribute to Selena, Beady Beady Bum Bum.
Oh, I love that song. Yeah, okay.
And it's the first time her father cleared that sample.
Really?
Has never did that. So
nice.
we're really excited about this. Is really part 2 because you know the multicultural dimensions of part 1. We also had Yele on Carnival 1, which was a Creole song. On this one, we have a Creole song too.
So it's very diverse. The new album coming out.
It's the
December
Y
4th.
Pod.
The Y Pod. I like that. The Y Pod.
Did you copyright that yet or what?
Yeah.
The way you're just talking seems like this is the way that you talk to like your friends. You know. that you've been cool
it's
for a long
good for
time,
me.
so.
It's just I'm just a little boy from Haiti, came to America. Like coming to America, you know. It's a
coming to America.
Coming to America.
Is one last question before we let you do whatever you got to do. Fuji's for sure done forever now, or is it?
No, I don't think it's done forever. I think Lauren got to get her hair back.
Right.
She needs a psychiatrist.
Because y'all did that one single, and I thought a CD was gonna follow or something like that, and just never.
Yeah, we did the Take It Easy. The idea I had was to do like Take It Easy, underground street joint, and keep doing it. Like drop an underground joint every month.
Okay.
Which is something which would cater to the mixtape and to the mixed DJs.
Definitely.
Keep it like that while we work on the album.
Yeah.
That was the idea, and I still think that's how it's going to work. If it's going to happen, it's like you need like them Fuji mixtapes, like the Lil Wayne mixtape. You need 50, 60, 70
to build
up
you
there
up until the
just to show that you still, that's what you still do. That's the natural element. And then the records that we're going to do for the album, you know how they're going to come out. They're always going to be big, but it's like there's something that people expect when they hear the Fugees. It's hip hop. So it's like we can't run from that format. It all got to start there.
For sure.
And Lauryn Hill's voice is just sick.
Sickest voice, man. I've been knowing her since she's been 14 years old.
You guys all went to school together, right?
Well, nah, they went to the suburban school. I was in the hood.
What happened?
I used to go steal lunch money.
Where'd she go wrong?
Just, you know, success at a young age, you know. That'll mess you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we was packing in like 250 grand like every 2 weeks. I'm saying individually.
You can tell when they showed Praz on MTV Cribs. You see that one? His house, man. Like
Really nice.
Yeah, Bron's got Picasso's in this crib.
Yeah.
He's Picasso's and he a watch collector. I would say one thing which is good about the Fugees is, all right, a lot of people been around and they're getting new money. Like the Fugees got old money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Which is like real money, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's never been about the money for us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people get surprised. Like when people found out my car collection is over like $50 million, they get surprised. They go, yo, we didn't know you was balling, like, you know? And I'm like, well, the thing about the Fugees, we never talk about it. Like, meaning like, that's not our priority. The priority is the American dream and the refugee. But, you know, when a kid wants a dream, I want him to know, yo, dog, you don't have to be the biggest drug dealer. You don't need a gun to get what kind of car. Look, I got a $3 million car, and I ain't sell no weed. I worked in Burger King. I sold burgers. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never get my chain snatched. I respect people. People respect me. I think that's sort of like what was cool about the Fugees, and I think that's what people is missing in one sense. You know? I'm always a fan.
Right.
Like when I go into the studio, I'm always in awe with whoever I work with. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of producers out there that that are doing their thing, but I'm probably the most eclectic, diverse.
Right. Definitely.
Like nobody could tell you like they work with Tom Jones and Lil Wayne.
Right. Good point.
Kenny Rogers, T.I., Shakira.
Right.
Not in this generation.
And that was the thing when I was reading up on you last night. What you just said, the artists that you work with are just. It just blows my mind. That,
well, you break formats. You break formats, basically.
Yeah, but like I always feel like a musician don't have a format.
Definitely.
Like I feel that we put each other in formats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like a musician, like, because what do we consider Bob Marley, right? Reggae, but we all listen to like you could put on a Bob Marley record right now, everybody will sing along with it.
Yep,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean? And so for me, I always think like I have to always remember that. Like even when I did the record with Sweetest Girl with like Akon and Weezy, it's sort of like with my music, it's not, sometimes it come out and it go boom, but then other time it come out and it slowly just climb. Because you got to think, when you're going against the airwaves, right, the challenge that you have as a producer is you got to make sure that you get somebody's 40 seconds in, like, to make sure that they hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we always have a rule that if you can't get them in the first 40 seconds, you got a problem.
That's a good point.
B96.